Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. Now, we've got training camp coming up this week, like we know. But what I also kind of want to take a quick look at is that at the joint practice schedules. Now, two teams usually practice together during the training camp when they kind of face each other during the preseason. So the two teams will come together, get another look at kind of a different team, see what they can do differently, and just seeing what's working ahead of their preseason game. They usually don't face in the regular season as well, so they have no kind of problem, sharing their secrets, sharing their kind of intel, and just kind of seeing what they can kind of do against real other teams, against kind of other skillful positions. Maybe your team lacks a great corner and your quarterback is just picking on that corner throughout practice, but then you go and join another team's practice that has a better corner, and then you get a better read of your quarterback based on what he's doing against another elite corner out there. So we had the joint practice schedule up here. So let's see, is there any combination of teams that can learn from one another, and maybe will get better just from their sheer learning aspect from the other team that they're jointly practicing in? Because guys are going to talk, guys are going to train. We saw all the kind of tight ends get together and not kind of hold anything back. They're letting each other pick their brain because they want the position to succeed. They want to see everybody get better. Even though they'll be facing each other this season, they have no problems having their tight ends get a little bit better. So we're going to have, the same kind of mental standpoint at these joint practices, trying to get everybody better, trying to improve your game by kind of, improving, the wide receiver's game. The cornerback is going to try to, have the wide receiver get better, so the wide receiver in turn makes the cornerback better, right? That line of thinking is not crazy, correct? So here we go. Joint practice schedule. We got the Rams with the Cowboys. Dan Quinn, you better be taking notes from the Rams defensive coordinator and what that Rams defense does. So that could definitely help out the Cowboys a little bit. We get the Broncos and the Vikings. They're really not going to be able to learn anything from each other, honestly. Two really not great teams overall. Broncos are still searching for their quarterback. We got the Dolphins and the Bears. Ooh, we get Justin Fields learning from Tua a little bit. I love it. Tua's got something to offer, folks, the accuracy. Justin Fields, go work on your accuracy with Tua, and, you'll be the week one starter in no time. We get the Panthers and the Colts. The Colts aren't learning anything from the Panthers, from Matt Rule, from Sam Darnold. Frank Reich and Carson Wentz are fine. They don't need to learn anything from Matt Rule. Maybe Matt Rule can learn a little bit from Frank Reich on how to just be a good head coach. We'll see. We get the Patriots and the Eagles. Alrighty. Maybe Jalen Hurts can learn a little bit from Cam Newton. Cam Newton's been a vet in this league. Maybe pick his brain a little bit. Jalen Hurts, a little bit of a dual threat quarterback. Obviously not the same size as Cam Newton. Cam Newton 6'5", 250. Big old beef out there. We'll see what the Eagles do. Maybe Nick Sirianni learn a little bit from Bill Belichick on how to just run a team, run a practice. We'll see. We get the Falcons and the Dolphins. So the Falcons doing two different ones. Getting familiar with the Bears before their preseason game, and getting familiar with the Falcons before their preseason game. All right. So what can the Falcons learn? Well, we got two tight end university participants here, Kyle Pitts and Mike Gesicki. So maybe they can kind of once again get in some work together. Tua and Matt Ryan. We get Arthur Smith with Brian Flores. Solid there. So really can't learn too much there. Both have not good running backs, so the running backs can't even kind of get better there, unfortunately. We get the Ravens and the Panthers. Once again, the Panthers, you're not learning anything from that team. It's going to be a bad team. They got Christian McCaffrey. Learn how to stop him. That's what y'all need to look out for. Then we get the Rams in their second kind of joint practice, learning with the Raiders. Once again, John Gruden. Look at how Sean McVay works. Look at how a true coach works in this league, because I'm not buying John Gruden. We get the Jets and the Packers and Robert Saleh. You can definitely learn on how toxic a locker room and kind of team can be when you've got a disgruntled quarterback. So maybe try to treat Zach Wilson real special there with the Jets, and it's kind of seeming like that relationship's already out to a good start. So that's going to be interesting there for the Packers and the Jets. We get the Titans and the Bucs, and this could be real good. This Titans defense needs to be A1 tier 1 if this Titans team wants a chance to win the Super Bowl. And what better defense to learn from than the defending Super Bowl champions and Todd Bowles and the defense that is returning all of its starters. So this Titans team maybe kind of takes some of those defensive schemes from the Bucs, and that could definitely help this Titans team overall. So of all the matchups, the joint practice kind of matchups that we've talked about so far, this Titans Bucs one, I think it's the best for this Titans team. Go out there, pick the brain, Ryan Tannehill, learn a little bit from Tom Brady. Obviously, that will never hurt, but truly, this Bucs defense is A1 tier 1, probably the best defense going into this season, just overall roster-wise and coaching-wise. So hopefully, this Titans team can learn a little bit now that we're knowing this Titans team is going a little bit through a little bit of a defensive rebuild. So hopefully, they can learn a lot from this Bucs team. That's going to be huge for that Titans team. We get the Giants and the Browns. All right, we get a nice little kind of running back summit there with Saquon Barkley and Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. That's going to be great. Daniel Jones learning a little bit from Baker Mayfield, how to be a game manager and all that. We get the 49ers and the Chargers. Probably not learning too much from each other. Maybe the Chargers' new head coach can learn from Kyle Shanahan. And how to win in the regular season and in the playoffs, but don't get any advice in the Super Bowl. He blows the lead, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, maybe Justin Herbert, teaching Trey Lance a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be totally out of the conversation. Don't take anything he says. But, yeah, nothing too much to take away from there. We get the Jags and the Saints. Well, Urban Meyer, you better just be right behind Sean Payton, whatever he does, learning and listening and seeing how to actually be a good head coach in this league, because we know Urban Meyer is not, unfortunate. Yeah. Maybe the quarterbacks here, Trevor Lawrence and Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, could all kind of get together and learn a little bit. Obviously, they're all not the greatest or unproven at the quarterback position, but Jameis threw for 5,000 yards, so I would learn a little bit from him and see how much his mentorship and just overall Jameis's leadership has changed under Drew Brees. So the main thing is just Urban Meyer learns from Sean Payton, really. Then we get the Eagles and the Jets. Yeah, Robert Saleh and Nick Sirianni, new head coaches. Jalen Hurts, year 2 quarterback. Zach Wilson, year 1 quarterback. Nothing you can really learn from each other there. And then the final one, the Giants and the Patriots. The Giants head coach, Joe Judge, was the special teams coordinator for the Patriots. So you reunite. That's really all you're learning. So the Titans, you have the best opportunity to learn from your other team. Please go out and do it, because I do want to see Derrick Henry get a ring. And the only way he gets a ring is if the Titans defense is a shutdown defense and allows, once again, Ryan Tannehill to be an above average game manager and allows Derrick Henry just to go wild and run wild whenever he wants. So Titans learn from the best defense in the game here. August 18th through the 19th, so 2 days before their it's a 2-day joint practice before their preseason game. Titans defense, learn from the best, please.